This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inch. Joining me on the show, we have Nick, FIFO, Right Wing Lou, and Shelton.
What's happening?
They call him Republican. Hey, crazy. Wonder how y'all review an album that y'all don't like. Well,
FIFO, that's the shirt. That's the shirt.
How do you look at it? You know what he was saying.
FIFO speaks Spanish.
I know. That's why I say FIFO know what he's saying. I'm asking you, like, what was your experience? Well, they listened to the review.
Yeah.
Listen to the review, yeah.
Nah, it works out. Well, we're glad to have you guys on board. This week we are talking about we're going to talk about some college football. Then we're going to get into Dallas versus Green Bay. And, of course, Kansas City and Baltimore Ravens and the recent news, the new news that just came out today. So, and then, of course, as we always do, we're going to close the show with our weekly picks and some super chats from you guys. So glad to have you guys on board for another wild week in the NFL. And as we always do, we start off the show with our best performance of the week, and that'll be me. I'm gonna talk about Michael Penix, man. Shout out to Michael Penix. You know, I know everybody been giving him a hard time and stuff like that, but hey, man, he had a good game. He had a good bounce back game that he did last week, and put up 300. Yards passed and looked like he was in control, knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, and aided by a very, very effective and great running game from Bijan Robinson. The commentator actually made a mustard joke, believe it or not, but last week, man, the last time he was out there, it didn't look too great. And, getting shut out by Carolina and just not really getting anything done. But this was a good bounce back week for him to show that, he has command of this offense, this job, and it's his, and it's not going back to Kirk Cousins. Because that's what people were concerned about when Kirk Cousins gave him the game. There was a lot of conversation about that. So shout out to MPJ, man. Good bounce back win.
I know this won't probably get a lot of traction, but I think that Bijan being the MVP of the league should be a conversation if he continues at this pace and what he's doing.
Didn't you say he wasn't all that, Spike?
No, I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. I think he's top 3 running backs in the league easily, in my opinion, man. And he's Q it all running back.
Q for sure said it.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah,
somebody said it. I remember.
Yeah, I think it was Q because he was trying to.
I doubted him as well, but
when you watching the Falcons play, unfortunately, like we have to living in Atlanta, like he jumps off the screen as far as damn, like he's one of the best weapons in the league. Like he right there with Jamar Chase, he right there with any other weapon that you want to name as far as being one of the best in the leagues. But I do agree with you too. Penix looks good as well, Ken. I just don't know if their coaching staff is going to be able to. I don't think he's being coached well. It don't look like it.
That's why they got to get Raheem Morris the fuck up out of there, bro. Because
They damn
sure ain't about to win the division. Because if they lose, the Bucs should not be dominating. We're looking at Baker Mayfield. The reason why Baker Mayfield looks so good to the NFL media is because the Falcons have a shitty head coach. If the Falcons had a good head coach, they'll be winning this division because, like you said, Lou, they have all the talent in the world. They just do not have the right infrastructure to get the best out of it. And it's been
Baker's
proven.
still good though. Baker's good.
I'm not saying he trash. I'm just saying that we don't. I'm just saying we wouldn't look at him the way we look at him now. People saying he locked in the top 10
quarterbacks.
Yes,
Yeah,
I could see that.
he is.
that's what I'm saying. People say that because the Falcons have a shitty head
No, they
coach.
say it because he's good, bro. Like he got comeback victories. Baker does his thing. I hated on him at first. Like I was not a Baker fan. He did his thing, though, bro.
The reason
Did you
why,
watch the game Sunday?
listen, the reason why I'm not saying this again, this is more about the talent level of the Falcons is what I'm trying to emphasize. If they had a better head coach to get the best out of that talent, the Bucs would not be winning the division. They're on like their 4th, 5th time straight division title especially since Brady. That shouldn't be happening.
I receive your point, and you're right, but I still think Baker's good.
I didn't say he's not. I'm just saying he wouldn't be top 10 if the Falcons was winning this division.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The Falcons are going to win this division. I believe they're gonna win it.
I don't know about that.
We'll see because the defense, like the whole team has been up and down. So I definitely agree with the head coach probably having to go, mainly because offensively they should be a juggernaut, bro. They got everything that they need.
Exactly.
You know, like they have a quarterback. We know Penix, obviously his first year as a full starter, but we see the talent. Like he has an arm, he has enough legs. Obviously, he gets the ball out quick and he throws a really good spiral. You know what I'm saying? And here's the crazy part. So when I saw this stat, this is what really took me aback. Bijan Robinson has more receiving yards than Devontae Adams, Drake London, DK Metcalf, Nico Collins, Jamar Chase, Garrett Wilson, Tyreek Hill, and Marvin Harrison Jr. as of week 4 of the 2025 season. Now, you know, I think getting receiving yards from your running back is very it keeps moving the chains, you know, and I like that. But the fact that they can't really put up consistent points, bro, it's time for Raheem to go, bro. Like I don't care. Outside of them winning the NFC, I think it's just time for him to go. Because I don't think it makes them better.
Wait, that's the only way that Raheem keeps his job is winning the NFC with the Falcons?
Yeah, because here's the thing, Spike.
Bro.
He's not gonna elevate them. He's not going to elevate what they.
I ain't saying you're wrong, but I'm saying he can keep his job just making it to the divisional round of the playoffs.
Because at the end of the day, the way that this Falcons team is constructed, you have a rookie scale quarterback. You got to put your chips in now, and this head coach isn't going to get you over the hump. He's just not. As the D coordinator, cool. Head coach, just not the guy.
But see, people, you can't really say that. And that's the problem I have with that statement is what a lot of people say in general. We sometimes give head coaches a lot of props for wins, but you got to look at those coordinators. They're talking about Zach Robinson, who's the coordinator, offensive coordinator. He's the most important piece, and they're talking about him losing his job. So if they rally behind the head coach, we see Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell's not X's and O's. So it's not necessarily Raheem Morris's job to make sure of that. He's supposed to make sure his staff is in place and they're doing
it's been too long. Don't do that.
Yeah,
and
Shelton, let me ask you something. Hold on, Shelton, let me ask you something. In Dan Campbell's situation, who picked Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson? Who picked them?
To do what? Be his coordinator? we don't know that. We don't know that for sure, people.
Come on, that's why I said. Let's move on, bro.
Yeah, we don't know that.
Dan Campbell picked them because Dan Campbell was on staff with them, with Ben Johnson.
All right. Well,
that's how we know.
Shout out to the Falcons. Good win.
Wow, you keep going out when you lean back on your audio.
Yeah.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that goddamn Wendy's mic, boy.
While we are about to be 5 weeks into an already crazy NFL season, there's been a lot going on in college football as well. This past weekend, we saw some big matchups between legendary programs go head-to-head. The 6th-ranked Oregon Ducks defeated Penn State on the road in overtime 30-24. Ole Miss protected home field and defeated the LSU Tigers 24-19. And, well, we're going to skip the last one. And last but not least, the Alabama Crimson Tide once again defeated the Georgia Bulldogs, this time on the road, in an ugly game, 24-21. Which of these upsets stood out to you the most, and which team's loss concerns you most as we move forward this season?
For me, it's obviously the Alabama game. I didn't get to watch the whole thing, and I meant to go back and rewatch it. I hadn't had a chance to, but watching, the highlights and watching what we saw of Alabama early in the season, especially like in that Florida State game, and the fact that we thought that that team was lost and had no direction, to come in and be the Georgia program coached by Kirby Smart is tremendous, whereas nobody gave him a chance. I know I didn't. but the parts I saw, once again, I'm honest, I ain't watched the whole thing, but the parts I saw, they look really, really good. And, some key coaching errors were made, and it was not made by, what's his name? It was made by Kirby Smart.
DeBoer.
He was coaching for his job.
I agree with you in terms of that being the one that I didn't expect at all. But when again, history repeats itself. When you look at the coaching history, the coaching record of Kirby Smart, I want to say he has just a handful of losses. It's like 20 losses or less in his entire time at UGA, and like more than half of those came to Alabama.
That's crazy.
So it's deeper than football. You know what I'm saying at this point, especially with these two squads and where they are this current season. So I wasn't expecting that. My money wasn't on Alabama at all to lose to UGA. And the second part of the question, Ken, who am I worried about the most? Honestly, it's Penn State. I'm worried about Penn State the most because they have, an NFL QB per scouts. Drew Aller should be an NFL quarterback. He should be taken in the draft. They got talent everywhere. And to lose at home, and I understand, Oregon is nice. And I like their quarterback, Dante Moore. But at home, I don't know. Good question mark.
I think that Georgia has the yips against Alabama. They've been able to dominate everybody. They've been able to do things. They got rosters is better than everybody. They roster shit is better than Alabama, which people would thought was unfathomable from the previous years that we've been looking at college football. But they just have this thing where they cannot beat Alabama. And I do agree with FIFO's point. Like, Alabama's coach was coaching his job. So he came in with everything. And I'm not concerned, though, that Georgia lost this game. It's just an Alabama thing, similar to Lamar against the Chiefs thing. Like, it's a thing that they have to get over, but it don't take away from them being as dominant once they get outside of that game. So I'm not worried about that, though it was surprising that Alabama beat them. What I'm worried about is James Franklin. James Franklin being the coach of Penn State, and I think he's won and whatever against top-ranked teams. He never wins the big game. Penn State, if you think about it from the last 4 or 5 years, however long he's been there, you see them on the big games, on ABC, being talked about on College Game Day and that being the main pick, and Penn State never wins. So there has to start being a conversation as to what Nick says about James Franklin and him being the head coach of Penn State, because he just can't win big games, and they got the talent to do that.
I mean, shit, y'all talking about y'all burying the lead, as they say, Ken. This is about Bama winning, number 10 in the nation right now. You know what I'm saying? That Georgia Bulldog bullshit, they get that the fuck out of here. They was number 5 for no reason because they couldn't score for shit. Bama gave them plenty of opportunities to get back in that game, Lou. Yeah. I don't know if you watched the show. The highlights don't do it justice. The game looks close, but really it was anybody's game. It was more so. I was more surprised and impressed by DeBoer's offensive play calling, where they had that fat ass offensive lineman, that screen pass to him, like, bro, come on, that's like he's pulling out all. You could tell he wanted that win, and Georgia just thought. I think Georgia just got kind of just sat back and thought they were just going to win off of Tyler alone. Yeah, but Ty Simpson was like I told you, bro, Lou. He came out there throwing the ball like old school, Bart Simpson, Gucci Mane chain. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying. That's the Bart Simpson that I'm about to call it that. He made Ryan Williams goofy ass drop an easy touch. Like he was dropping, like he had some. This score could have been bigger than what it is because they had there was some drops by Alabama that I was like shocked by.
Facts. I ain't gonna hold you since we're a black show. We can say this. Georgia need a black quarterback. All these quarterbacks that come through Georgia. And they having Carson Beck and this dude is playing quarterback now. Like, they ain't had a black quarterback since DJ Shockley. Like, and now I think that was 10 to 15 years ago.
They had one.
There's no excuse. No, they did not. DJ Shockley
didn't let him play, though.
Black quarterback. That started.
It's very rare. There's very rare, bro.
There's no excuse for a team that's as talented as the Georgia Bulldogs and being in Georgia, being able to recruit here, that they got people like Carson Beck and this dude who playing quarterback now. They had Fields, he left because they wouldn't let him play. Like that, Georgia got to do a better job at getting a more athletic quarterback to be able to compete in the SEC.
We've seen this story from James Franklin before. We've seen the story from Georgia before when it comes to Alabama, and we've seen this story before with Brian Kelly. You know, I mean, we've seen all of these happen in various situations. But for me, it's Georgia, man. It didn't surprise me that they lost. I think that Alabama had more to play for. I don't think they particularly care for Georgia that way. But the fact of the matter is, if you're the head coach of Georgia, like, you can't lose against this team that look fairly weak. You got to put them boys out at home on top of that. But they haven't been as dominant all year anyway. So this doesn't surprise me. The quarterback is average, but they've been getting away with average quarterbacks. So will it ultimately hurt them at the end? It remains to be seen, but it could. I think it did a lot for Alabama, you know, and they still have a hell of a schedule to, left, but so does everybody else that's in the SEC for the most part. But yeah, man, I think Georgia is going to mess around and miss a golden opportunity to take advantage of the talent that they have and pretty much an open field when it comes to winning titles, national championships. And Saban's gone. Like, it's wide open right now. It's there for the taking. And this guy at Alabama, he's a sorry ass coach.
All right, don't do that, kid. You can't say he's a sorry ass coach when he beat the top 5 team in the nation. Like, on the road at that. Come on, bro.
They finna run him out.
They were about to.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. Give me this season.
No,
I got faith in
him. Bro, this is Alabama. They're not going to give him this season. They're going to lose to Vanderbilt this week.
They were already trying to fire him, Lou.
That's what I'm asking. I don't know what Nick talking about. Give me this, bro. This is Alabama. Ain't no give me this season.
I give it because he still has to coach the rest of the season, so we got to give him the season anyway. My thing is the slate. The next 7 games they got is damn near all ranked teams. So
they play Alabama. I mean, they play Vanderbilt this week, and
First of all, fuck Vanderbilt, nigga. That was an outlier last season, nigga. Don't act like Vanderbilt is a powerhouse that we got to worry about.
Vanderbilt is ranked this year. They weren't last season. They're a good football team this year,
bro. You sound like them niggas. You sound like them niggas like this hyping up Georgia Tech like y'all they some real bone crushers, nigga. They ranked first time in 30 years.
I'm saying Vanderbilt. I'm saying Vanderbilt beat them last season when they weren't good. They got another season under this coach, and they're better. Good, and they're better this season. They should beat them. They could beat them this season too. That ain't crazy.
They're better this season than they were last season, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Who?
Alabama.
You talking about Alabama? I'm talking about Vanderbilt. They better.
I'm telling you.
Okay, that's fine. And Vanderbilt is better this season than they were last season as well. And they beat Alabama last year.
And I'm gonna tell you this: we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna come back to this topic next week, and I'm gonna cuss your ass out for saying this goofy ass shit that you saying today.
Did you say Bama better this year than last year?
Yes,
they not.
Bama is better this year than they were last year.
Miro's your guy.
You love Miro. You often say you love
Miro's your guy. You like Ty Simpson better than Miro?
I didn't. This ain't got nothing to do with a quarterback situation. It's a team situation. They're hungrier this year. They ain't shit sweet. All that sweet shit got knocked out of them last season. This season, they got something. That's why they faced Georgia the way they did. You know
Do you want to bet on this Vanderbilt Alabama game? How many points you give me for a bottle?
I ain't giving you no goddamn points. It's straight up, nigga. We ain't doing that shit, nigga. You ain't talking to
show.
You talking to
reason.
Nah,
spreads exist for a reason. Give me the spread.
FIFA, he was talking cash shit, talking about Vanderbilt better than they were last year, and they beat Bama. Then go up and go straight up.
Nah, give me the spread. If you give me the spread, I'll take it.
Shit.
Okay, move on then.
All right, we'll be back after this quick break.
If you are a fan of hip hop and love unfiltered discussions on the culture, check out Dead in Hip Hop. From album reviews to hip hop debates, Dead in Hip Hop always keeps it real. Go to youtube.com/deadinhiphop and search for Dead End Hip Hop or DEHH to subscribe now. Dead End Hip Hop, no politics, no BS.
Welcome back. So, Sunday night, America witnessed something rare in professional sports, let alone in the NFL, as the Green Bay Packers went into Dallas, Jerry's World, to take on the Cowboys. Neither team was able to secure a victory, resulting in the first tie of the 2025-26 NFL season, ending 40-40 in overtime. Did this game make you view the Packers more negatively or see the Cowboys in a more favorable light? And did this game prove Jerry Jones right in deciding to trade Micah Parsons?
Hold on, let me take this one first. So I feel like there's a lot of takeaways from this game. The first I'm going to say is Dak Prescott is balling. And Dak Prescott looks like he turned back the hands of time in terms of his mobility. His decision-making is a lot quicker. He's more decisive. And we have to give some credit to Brian Schottenheimer. Nobody thought that this dude should have been a head coach, but he got Dak Prescott out there looking really, really, really good. And dare I say, his situational football is better than Mike McCarthy. The other big takeaway that I have, and this is directly to you, Lou. Micah's not generational, my guy. Micah is very good.
Pull up to the mic.
Going out, people.
I'm at the mic. Hold on. Let me see if it's on my.
It sound like underwater.
I told you the Arby's mic ain't good.
Hold on.
I thought I was able to make out what you said about Micah not being generational.
Hold on. The mic.
Well, we won't stop. We'll let you get that fixed. I'll respond to that while you get that.
No, it's fixed.
It's still not fixed, people.
It's not. It's not.
People are still not fixed.
No.
Yeah.
Micah is not generational, and I have no problem saying that now that he's not a Cowboy. It's fine. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm biased. I was biased the whole time he was a Cowboy. That's fine. He ain't gotta be generational no more because he don't play for my team. I'm fine with it.
It's crazy that you say that though, Luke, because like if you watch the game, he did make a key sack that would have lost. It would have been a loss to the Packers and a win for the Cowboys, and that would have been an ugly thing.
Facts.
Like, I think that surprisingly, yes, the Packers defense this game has been nuts because last week they held a team to 13 points. Granted, it was Joe Flacco led, but this week you give up 40 in a game where Jordan Love, Sheldon, outside of that loose fumble, which happens to quarterbacks all the time. Mm-hmm. He was cooking, bro. This is when Jordan Love played like this, niggas think he top 5 in the league, bro. He looked like he could just do whatever he want. And and LaFleur was calling a good offensive game, but defensively, it's like, bro. Granted, the only thing that you give them excuses, they're only paying one guy hella money. Everybody else is still on like rookie deals or getting paid peanuts, essentially, in today's NFL. But that defense is supposed to play better, especially when there's no CD Lamb, especially when there's no legit real running back, and you got Dak Prescott. Like, come on, giving up 40 is nuts.
Don't do that.
I said legit.
He's legit.
How you spell his first name? I
don't even know it. I number 33, nigga. That's all I know. What I will tell you is this. FIFO again. I know you tapped out for a second. I don't care if he's generational at all. He don't play for the Cowboys no more, so he can fall off a cliff, and it wouldn't mean anything to me. Now I got Myles Garrett as the best defensive player in the league. That being said, there's a lot of hype around Dak Prescott's performance, and I don't believe it. It's the regular season. He does this all the time. Like, as a Cowboys fan, I'm not getting excited about it. I watch him make throws, plays. He don't make great decisions as a quarterback. He gambles,
but he has this season. But he has this season.
He has not. If you watch the game,
I've watched every game.
You have. I know you watch games, so I ain't gonna say that if you watch the game, but I'm talking to everybody else listening. If you watch the games and you see what he's doing, a lot of gambles, a lot of throwing in the coverage, a lot of stuff that won't be available in the playoffs, which is why he's not successful in the playoffs. But in the regular season, when people are figuring out their defenses and figuring out their schemes, but when you get to the playoffs, it's already figured out and you ain't going to be able to make those throws. He makes a lot of bad decisions in the games. He makes a lot of decisions where I'm throwing to people who are covered, double covered, whatever it may be. Yeah, he looked good against the Packers, who have a Swiss cheese defense, but I ain't putting too much credence on this Dak performance or this tie, bro. We can trade Dak for all I care.
The Packers have a Swiss cheese secondary, and here's the thing, right? When you pay what you pay for CeeDee Lamb, and you got a guy like George Pickens out there, nigga, you throwing them the rock even if there's two dudes there. If we saw
you're making the best decision as a quarterback. That's how you win football games, because that's what works in the playoffs. If you're forcing it into double coverage to George Pickens in December and November and January, you're going to lose the games, which is what he's been doing his whole career. Like, he makes bad decisions. Like, you can look at plays where it's like, oh shit, why he throw it right there? Oh, it's miraculous that CeeDee Lamb caught the ball or that George Pickens caught the ball.
Miraculous.
Y'all, you know what?
What about the ones that he's dropping? What about CeeDee Lamb dropping joints? CeeDee Lamb cost them a game. What is you talking about? Dak is playing out of his mind right now. It's not Dak's fault.
Yeah. Well, people, I'll say that you both are right. And I think that Dak is playing extremely well, and he is taking chances, Lou, but he has to take those chances. Now, they don't have a choice. I felt like they win this game, and I was screaming it the whole time. Before the game, during the game, after the game, I was saying they had this game to win it, and they should have won it. But, of course, we know the defense didn't show up. But he has to be a gambler at this point. But you know what, Lou? You know what the difference is in him now? Dak is always talented. The problem is we question the talent of some of these guys. They're all talented, bro. Every one of those quarterbacks are talented. It's just a matter of there's no pressure on Dak right now. There is none. Nobody expected him to win this game. Nobody expected him to do anything. So it's easier to go out there and perform when there's no pressure. You're right, though, Lou. When the playoffs start, that's when Dak tightens up. That's when he makes the mistakes. That's when he second guesses himself. That's when all that stuff go wrong. But you're right, FIFO. He's been playing excellent early. I mean, he did, games, but they still 1-2-1. So that's not overblow Schottenheimer and stuff like that now, because it's still not seeing the difference. But a lot of it is on the defense. We will put it that way. A lot of it is on the defense. But shout out to them. And another thing on Green Bay, it's so funny because I don't know if y'all remember, but 2 games ago, one of their players came out and said, we're going to go undefeated. He put that, I can't remember the dude's name.
Green Bay players?
Yes. He was like, we're going to go undefeated. And a lot of people took it to heart. Like, a lot of people were saying this. Even on this program, people were saying how Green Bay was the best team in the league and this defense was all world. Now they switch cheese. But 2 weeks ago, they were the greatest thing ever. Now, one of his teammates, I think it was McKinney, came out and was like, man, he need to kill all that. Like, we ain't talking like that. I'm going to find it and send it to you. But the dude was saying that they were all world. They were going. He said it. He was like, "We're going to go undefeated." I don't see how anybody on the schedule can beat us. And since that point, they 0-1-1, and the defense looks lost. Micah's not making that impact. He had 3 tackles, 1 sack. He's making a difference, so to speak, because you still got a scheme for him. You got to pay attention to where he is at all times. It's just Dak did a good job of getting the ball out, and Dak could feel the pressure coming and was making good decisions. So,
Sheldon, I think you got a thing where your mic is popping when you talk.
It is. Yeah. I need to turn it down.
It's making some type of sound.
Yeah. Hold on. Dak Prescott is number 1 in the NFL in passing yards.
No.
He's also at 73% completion percentage. So what is you taught? Like,
what are you saying by saying that? What by telling me those stats? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is,
do you believe in him when he gets to the wild card or divisional round in the playoffs and got to win a game?
What I'm saying is Dak Prescott is playing one of his best seasons ever, and the criticism that you have, I think, is unfounded.
Unfounded? There's plenty of stuff out there. Him only winning 2 playoff games in his career.
We're not talking about the career. We're talking right now. We're talking right now.
But that's the point. Right now means nothing because we know he can't get it done.
What is right now? So what happened means everything,
bro. We talking about a team. We talking about a team in the Cowboys. I'm a fan of that. I don't expect to win more than 6-7 games.
Thank you, Lou.
And you going out talking about, oh, he was balling this week throwing 400. I don't give a fuck if he throws for 400 yards, bro. He ain't winning football games, even in this game. Even in this game, tying 40-40 is not a victory to me. I don't care what he did, bro. You didn't win the game. He's not a winner.
He's been down this road before, so he's telling you actual information.
See, the funny thing about Lou is his energy, and just listen to me when I say this. His energy reminds me of what I try to exude when we talk about Mike Tomlin, because what he's saying is that I am not praising mediocrity. I am not praising ties. I'm not praising hella stats that don't get results. This is a result. The reason why football, I feel like, is so beloved is because it's so factual. It's so results driven, where it's like either you win or you lose. We could talk about things in between, but we're really talking about winners and losers.
Okay, hold on. So pause right there.
And for Lou, no, listen. The reason why Lou is bringing this up because FIFA, you're talking about a game. He's talking about the quarterback. He's saying, I've seen this quarterback do so many things, and none of them is winning.
So wait, hold on. So I agree. So I agree with Marty McFly. Like, we praised Joe Burrow last year, and if I'm not mistaken, Joe Burrow was in everybody's top 5 list. The fuck has he won? What has he done?
How many Super Bowls Dak been to?
But did he win? Did Nick just right now just say it's about wins and losses? Yes or no? And we all had Joe Burrow as a top 3, top 5 quarterback. Why?
Because we got to fill out the list.
It's because Joe Burrow shows it on a week-to-week basis, and he went to a playoff run and also showed it. Dak ain't never showed that I can do this in more than the regular season. I ain't making a case for, I see the chat, I see y'all. I ain't making a case for Lamar or Jalen Hurts or any of those people.
Thank you, Luke.
I'm specifically talking about Dak Prescott and not getting my expectations up too high because I know he can't win in the postseason because he don't play like an elite quarterback. He take too many chances. He throw into too many double coverages. He makes the decision. It's like somebody playing Madden with like, I'll call this play and I'm going to throw to this receiver regardless of the coverage. That's what he do. It's a clip out there of CeeDee Lamb talking about the touchdown that the touchdown that George Pickens caught. And CeeDee Lamb knew, he was like, oh, he's single coverage, he pressed. I know he's going to go to him. I know this is going to be a touchdown. I don't think that's a good clip. People circulating that around like that's a good clip, but that lets me know that Dak make his decisions like a novice Madden player before he get to the line. He already know where he throwing the ball. Bro, that shit ain't never going to work in the postseason.
He's playing, like I said, he's playing well. But what I understand about Dak and what I feel about it, like I said, is there's no pressure right now, and you're throwing the ball. You throwing the ball because you're behind. So you know, of course, those yards are going to be there because you know he's playing with a defense that's tight. But right now, there's no pressure on Dak. The defense is going to get all the blame. Everybody's talking about how bad the defense is. So it's easy to play when there's no pressure.
We knew the defense was going to be bad coming into the season.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so there's no
people in the chat talking about, oh, the defense. Yeah, nigga, we know the defense is bad. We knew that. And they traded their best player. We get that. Nobody's expecting the defense to be good, but I'm still not going to give Dak more props for scoring points and ending up in a tie. Like that don't matter to me, bro.
What about the Packers? And I know it's early, it's week 4, but now as shout out to 12 Kyle, you know, this is when they've had 4 games under their belt. Now teams should start to be who they are. Their so-called preseason is over, and you ended a tie with Micah Parsons. And I know both teams were probably hyped up to play that game, and which is why it may have ended that way. But you know, you get a player like Micah. You got Jordan Love, you got receivers. they have pieces on this team. Are we going to have to start looking at LaFleur if they don't get to the championship or Super Bowl?
This is a big LaFleur year. Yes, Lou. Or yes, Ken. You've been trying to tiptoe around and be nice about it, give it time. But I know you've been having this take since Micah got signed and when you heard what niggas was saying about the Packers. This is a big so this is a lot of coaches' jobs and images are on the line this year.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only about 4 of them that's going to get saved in our minds by the end of the season because only 4 teams can make it to the conference championship game. LaFleur has to be one of them. You don't pay Micah all this money. You don't have Jordan Love playing like how he played on Sunday. And you don't, invest in your first round pick being a wide receiver to be like, we're not trying to win right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, LaFleur has been to a conference title game, so we know he can get you there, but we've never seen him get over the hump. He has to get over the hump this year. I think him making the conference title it has to be a guarantee. Winning it would be more of like it shows that he got the stones to do it, but it's going to be tough. And I think that I'm still confident in the Packers because I didn't think they were going to go undefeated, even with Micah. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't really thinking that. I was just more so impressed that when you see them on all cylinders, like, and I think we still haven't seen it just yet. They look like one of the best. They were like one of the best teams. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like if we got a defensive game plan like we did against Cleveland with the Jordan Love performance that we got on Sunday, you put if they can click on that, they're the best team in the league, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And it's wide open as hell because Baltimore, Kansas City, these juggernauts that we used to think are gonna just dominate, they not dominated. The Eagles are winning by short margins, so it's like, as long as you play mistake-free football, you're good. It's just that, again, you can't give up 40 points to a Cowboys team that doesn't have its number 1 wide receiver. That's insane. And as Matt LaFleur going into it, it's insane because there was a lot of pressure on this. This brings up some conversation about, was it Aaron Rodgers or was it Matt LaFleur why they didn't get past the 49ers and all that shit during those championship runs that they had? Because they had great regular seasons because Rodgers won 2 MVPs during that span. But I think for me, I still have faith in LaFleur and the Packers because it's a long season. And sometimes you lose good teams lose the bad teams all the time. So that's why I'm counting the Browns. But this one was more of like, if they lost, I would have more concern. But since they tied, i.e. what I saw from Jordan Love, that gives me more confidence that as long as he plays like this, they should win more games.
Nah, Nick, you know what?
They're not giving up 40 every game, Sheldon. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
The reason why I disagree with you is a tie with the Cowboys this year for that team is a loss. The first 2 games the Packers played this year was at home, and they look good at home. They look really, really good against Detroit. They had a great game plan that came out firing on all cylinders. They won the next week as well. You come into a game against the Cleveland Browns, a good head coach is not going to let you lay down like they did on Cleveland. And it's not that Jordan Love played bad. He faced a stout defense that forced him into playing bad, and they couldn't get going. So that's what that boiled down to. So what they should have been doing for the next week was being completely ready to play a Dallas Cowboys team that we know didn't have nowhere near. You went from playing against the top-ranked defense to the last-ranked defense.
And the offense showed. That. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's not – Sheldon, how many Myles Garretts are in the NFL? Like, there's only one. And I know you're going to talk about you may talk about the Eagles, but once again, the Packers – have faced the Eagles more than they faced the Cleveland Browns. And Myles Garrett is a different beast that you can only game plan so much. But for me, the Packers, again, have to get to be one of the Final 4 teams. So if it's the Packers versus the Eagles, and that's the matchup that everybody wants to see now. But to me, the offense is what was concerning because Jordan Love, that loss was on Jordan Love because he threw the interception. If he doesn't throw the interception, bro, we talking about a totally different game. That's what I'm saying. They come into this game against the Cowboys undefeated, and even with the tie, they're still undefeated because the tie doesn't hurt you or help you. So that's why I'm saying, like, if it was a loss, it would be more concerning. But it ended in a tie with Jordan Love being moxie enough to being like, I'm not gonna lose us this game, and that's something that you want to see on the road.
Well, like I said, once again, you want to see something like that, but I would look for a complete performance. you should have been able to hold that Dallas team down just as well. There's no way that defense, as good as we thought they were, should have given up. We were talking about this being the best defense in football at one point this year. A lot of people were saying that. You gave up 40 points to a Dallas team that had only won one game.
It happens, bro. It happens. Every good defense has a bad game, bro.
Yeah, but it can't. You can't have back-to-back bad games like that. That's like I said. It was a loss.
It can't happen versus Cleveland and Dallas.
No, Cleveland and Dallas. No, that's your easy stretch. You're not even looking at those games.
My thing is, but they beat two really good teams at the time. They beat the Lions, which we all think is back being a top 5 team in the NFL. Yeah. They beat the Commanders with Jaden Daniels, which at that time they were undefeated and they were looked at as, can they repeat as NFC, a championship appearance, like deep playoff run team. And then they lost to the Browns, which happens. And then they tied with the Cowboys, which aren't like, I don't think this is even an argument. Right now, if you were just watching the NFL, the first 4 weeks, the Cowboys have probably 3 of the first 4 weeks like best games of the year already. When you talk about the opening night against the Eagles, when you're talking about the Giants game, and then now you're talking about this game against the Packers, it's like, what games have we watched up until now that are better than those 3 games? So to me, it's like a lot of people came in, like, I'll speak for myself, underestimating the Cowboys, but they have given teams hell. Like, it's not easy facing them, except for that Bears game, which I don't know what the fuck that was. but 3 out of 4, you could argue that if certain shit happened, Cowboys is 3-1. You know what I'm saying?
You know what that Bears game was, Nick? You shitting on Ben Johnson and him being a good coach. They had a great game plan.
Oh, they had a
great game plan against the Cowboys.
The Ben Johnson that almost got
I'm talking about the Ben Johnson that almost
lost to the Raiders.
No, I'm talking about the one that you just said was, I don't know what happened. It was because of Ben Johnson.
So I'm gonna ask you this one question. We can move on, Ken. Beating the Cowboys mean something to you, Lou? Does that mean something to anybody? A team that beats the Cowboys this year?
No.
Okay, so what the fuck we talking about Ben Johnson for then?
Because you've been hating on him all season. He was
for
that Bears game, and that Bears game was the game that Ben Johnson showed you, I'm a good head coach.
I'm gonna give you this one. I'm just gonna say this. Ben Johnson has beat the Cowboys and the Raiders. Sheldon, do you respect any team that beats any of those teams?
All right, man.
So I mean, I can't respect the Packers because they couldn't beat them.
They ran a fake flea flicker in that game, which was crazy.
So
yeah, that was insane. No, I was just saying the idea to even draw something up like that in a game, because they ran a flea flicker in a previous game, so it worked. It was a good ass play. Anyway, moving on. Let's go to we need to talk. That's you, Spike.
It is.
What we talking about, bro?
Man, we are talking about a team that nobody usually talks about. No one gives a fuck about because they may be the worst franchise in professional sports. I ain't even just limiting this to football. The Tennessee Titans. Go look at that game with them versus the Texans. Whole lot of botched trick plays, a whole lot of people out of position, penalties, whatever it may be. The Titans are the epitome of we suck. Again, and I spread that to all franchises. Baseball, hockey, soccer, basketball. The Titans suck. They've drafted Will Levis. They've drafted Malik Willis.
Mm-hmm.
They've drafted Cam, who they're about to ruin his career. It makes no sense how bad the Titans are running this team. They traded away your man that went to the Eagles, Sheldon. They traded away any good player that could have moved this franchise to a place of stability. And they just like, you know what? We in the NFL, we going to cash these checks. We don't care about being good. We don't care about putting a good product on the field. None of that matters to us. Cam Ward came out this week and said, we're ass. He's a rookie quarterback. He's a rookie quarterback, and to be able to come out and say that, and they talked about it a little bit on First Take. They talked about it a little bit in other places, but it still hasn't gotten the coverage that it deserves in the sense of the Titans are running their organization so badly, and it needs to be addressed as far as malpractice by the league. They need to get the owner out of there. They like something got to happen as far as the Titans being this bad and not giving a fuck. They don't care that we traded Derrick Henry. They don't care that they traded what's your man name in
AJ Brown.
They don't care that they traded AJ Brown. They don't care that we got good product and we're going to get away from it because we don't want to pay them. We just want to be in the NFL and cash these checks from people coming to enjoy concessions and our stadium selling out because we're in Nashville and it might be a popular tourist city. The Titans are a disgrace to the league, and they're going to wait. Like, they've drafted quarterbacks in the top 2 rounds of the last 3 years, and none of them are going to be shit. And I hope Cam is able to get out of there because they're going to ruin his career as well. Steve McNair not walking through that door. Eddie George not walking through that door. Javon Kearse is not walking through that door. We really got to talk about how bad the Titans organization is being ran, and they building a new stadium and about to get a Super Bowl in Nashville because they building a new stadium. The Titans are trash, bro. Not to mention they got rid of a good coach. Everyone regards him as a good coach, and he went to New England, and they was just like, we don't need him either. Like the Titans trash, bro.
Nick, ain't you said that they was going to win the division?
No, I said it was going to be a wild card. I had the Texans win.
Okay. You had them as a playoff team. Still close enough. And we all picked them last week, too, to beat the Texans, didn't we?
No, I did not.
I did.
Shelton damn sure ain't doing it. That was not what Vegas.
Y'all get a chance.
I definitely did not.
Shelton definitely taking the overs every time. But if y'all get a chance, go look at that game. The Titans were in that game, and it was just they were so bad that they couldn't win it.
A lot of people are blaming the head coach Brian Callahan, who was he used to be the quarterback coach for the Bengals. But yeah, he's I think 3-17 in his coaching tenure. So he already cussing out the reporters and shit, or damn near about to. I think that the Titans just need a new head. I think they just need a new head coach. Brian Flores.
That's it.
Brian Flores.
I challenge y'all to name a worse ran organizations other than the Titans in all of professional sports.
Carolina Browns.
No.
But
Charlotte Hornets, Nick, my team.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, sure.
Nick,
the Hornets might be close. I give you the Hornets.
So Nick, you're saying that one head coach will fix the Titans?
Brian Flores head coach will fix the Titans.
Get the fuck out of here,
they have no culture.
That nigga's Raheem Morris 2.0.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Because he was the Messiah to Tua. He was the Messiah to Tua in the NFL
the
world.
Messiah?
And no one listened because he told everybody, this nigga ain't shit. Get this nigga off my team and don't ever bring him back. And he was winning games with him, bro. And they yanked his ass up out here and put Mike McDaniel in. Mike McDaniel did a good job for a couple years, but then Mike McDaniel has now realized I can't win with him. Tua telling us in the press conference, nigga, he run too fast. He gotta come back. No. Brian Flores builds culture. You see what he doing in Minnesota defensively, bro. That's what's winning them games right now. Don't tell me it's Carson Wentz in that offense. I saw that Steelers game.
Kevin McConnell is gonna get the credit for Minnesota, bro. Give a damn about no damn.
And I'm saying Brian Flores should get a lot of credit too, enough for another head coach job.
Not more than Mike McDaniel, or not more than.
I'm not saying more. I'm just saying he should get enough to where he gets a head coaching job for one of these.
He should because when the games they won, it was the defense. It wasn't JJ McCarthy.
When they beat the Bengals, that was that defense. That wasn't that offense.
And the first game they won.
But to all in all, to y'all point, proving it by talking about other shit other than the Titans. They're the worst ran franchise in professional sports. No one cares about them. They're irrelevant. They don't even talk about them. When a number 1 pick in Cam Ward comes out and says we're ass and it ain't being covered at all, like no one even cares about you.
Yeah, for him to fly under the radar as long as he has this long, nobody cares about him. Nobody cared that they had the first. People didn't even watch the beginning of the draft. Everybody started watching around pick 10. You've heard nothing about that.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's rough. To trade away AJ Brown and Derrick Henry, and get peanuts for those guys.
And a let go of Vrabel.
Yeah, Vrabel at a time when he was good. That's a bad look.
Yeah, the Titans are. It's insane.
All right. Well, appreciate it, Spike. Let's go to some more insanity. So while Sunday night showcased America's team, Sunday afternoon was all about Black America's team as we watched the Kansas City Chiefs put belt to ass to the Baltimore Ravens at Arrowhead Stadium, 37-20. Did this game prove that Kansas City is still the team to beat in the AFC, even after a 1-2 start? Do we need to have another annual Lamar Jackson conversation? And before I hand it off over to you guys, just a couple of quotes and fun facts. First, the quote from Kyle Hamilton. I just want to apologize to all fans. The product we are putting on the field right now is not up to par with what the Ravens have produced in the recent past. We're trying our best to correct it, but obviously something is wrong. And the fun fact is the Ravens have started 1-3 only twice in the last 25 years. That was 2005 and 2015. And in both of those seasons, they failed to make the playoffs. Currently, this Ravens defense is on pace to allow 560 points this season, about 33 points per game. And to make matters worse, LJ is out this week and could miss up to 2 to 3 weeks. Fucking good.
Lou, I think you owe Patty an apology that you need to give him too, because you was saying it was over, the dynasty was over, he's done. You said that last week. Now we all owe him an apology, to be honest.
I still
we all
believe that. Y'all been doing that for the last 2 years. I just did it this year.
That's why you
y'all have been
apology.
Saying no.
You keep saying that, but you did it.
Y'all have been saying over the last 2 years that y'all didn't believe in the Chiefs. I was the only one holding my ground and saying that they would do what they did, and they did it. And I'm telling you now, it's over. I don't give a fuck about this loss or this win against the Ravens, bro. It's still over. They still don't got the it's over.
It's not over. And this is what I said last week, is that when Xavier Worthy come back, and Nick, this is for you. You were talking about Xavier Worthy ain't shit. He ain't this, he ain't that, whatever. He came back. It was a major impact for that offense. And then in a couple of weeks, they about to get Rashee Rice. And I said, look, I'm not worried about the Chiefs because they're out of all of the teams with early struggles, they're literally going to get better, more explosive. Now, that doesn't still fix, the shaky O-line play. That still doesn't fix Travis Kelce's aging. That doesn't fix some of those things. Mm-hmm. But they're going to get more explosive. And we know Patty is Patty at the end of the day. So you get this guy more weapons, they going to be all right. I'm not saying that they're going to look as good as they did the Tyreek Hill years, but they're going to be all right. They're going to be good enough and explosive enough to beat whoever's on the schedule. They got a 50-50 chance every week once they get all of their weapons back. So I'm long-term not worried about them at all. They're going to be fine.
I was going to say even higher than 50-50 to me, FIFO. When you have Patrick Mahomes, he's already showed. Come on, man. He's done it forever. He showed what he can do. And all you're doing is adding weapons to a roster that had very few. Thornton is playing better than he has ever. And he went into this game, and I felt like, first of all, I thought Worthy wasn't going to play, but even if he did, I thought he wouldn't have an impact, and I was wrong. We forgetting who Andy Reid is. Y'all must have forgot is what they said to us, because they came out and balled. And for Lamar Jackson, Lamar does some amazing things at times. He really, really does. But in these games, when I need him to step up and do some Lamar type things, he'll let you down. And it's mighty strange that he gets injured in some of these games and he's out. Like, okay, now he's gonna be out a few weeks. And I'm not blaming. I ain't gonna do it to him, Lou. But at the same time, it happens almost every year that it's a downturn. It seems like right after there's an injury.
I still stand by the fact of what you first called me out on. They're older. Kelsey's not as good. Mahomes has gotten older. Reed has gotten older. I don't think it's impossible for them to be good, but I still think it's highly unlikely that them beating Buffalo or beating one of the top contending AFC teams in the playoffs is going to happen based off our previous experiences with them. Y'all sound like I sounded over the last 2 years when I was telling y'all, when y'all said, "Oh, it's over, they ain't gonna do it." Y'all said that. All of y'all said that. And I was with them. I was like, nah, it's still Patrick Mahomes. I don't have that same faith in Patrick Mahomes now at this age.
But
Kelsey, because they gotten older, FIFO.
But let me answer that, FIFO.
What about Mahomes?
Hold on, FIFO. Not even about that though, Lou. For me, it's more about what the other teams are not. I mean, we talk about meaning like what Lamar is not doing. Lamar folds.
I ain't worried about the Ravens.
You got to. Now I was gonna get there too. Buffalo, I'm gonna get to him next. When the pressure's on, he folds too. Does the same thing. He does. He folds when he playing Patty. When it's time, when it matters. I ain't talking about regular season yet. Josh Allen looks all world. These are some all-world quarterbacks we talk about regular season. When the playoffs come, that's when the tightness starts. That's when everything tightens up. And that's when the mistakes happen. Patty doesn't make those same mistakes. He makes mistakes, of course. He does.
I'll give you that.
Done it forever. But his gambling happens during the regular season. When it's time to play the most, that's when they execute at the highest level. And that level is still a notch above anything Buffalo can do. It's a notch above the Ravens. It's a notch above, and those others too. That's a lot of pressure on a Shazy. What's the receiver's name? I can't think his name.
Rashee Rice?
No, the one for Buffalo. Shakir.
No one knows.
That's a lot of pressure to be relying on Shakir to make big plays in the playoffs. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
You're right. I agree with you. I do still have more faith in Patrick Mahomes in the postseason than I do in any other quarterback. But I don't think that that's going to be the case this year. I think that they've gotten a little bit older, a little bit slower, a little bit less intuitive of what plays should be called. I just think, like Nick always say, nobody beats Father Time, bro. I think it's that stage of we'll see this year. It's that stage of the Chiefs run where we got to understand, like, I mean, can Andy Reid still do it? Can he still call those plays?
My thing with this,
if they do it, I won't be surprised.
My thing with this game is like, am I to believe that the Chiefs are back to what they used to be as far as high scoring offense? I got to see more than beating the Ravens because, like Ken's last quote or statistic was, bro, they're on pace, FIFO, to give up 33 points a game. So you over here bragging about Xavier Worthy. I've seen, hey Sheldon, I've seen enough garbage time from him in the Super Bowl. You remember that? Where you could just throw it up to him, man. But the defense don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, FIFO. And the quote that Kyle Hamilton said is like, nigga, we don't know what's wrong, but something's wrong. So I don't know what's going on with the Ravens, but clearly they're not a team where I'm going to judge anything that the Chiefs are doing that they haven't done since 2023, which is score over 35 points, I believe, or something like that. Like it's good that Kansas City got this win. It's just really bad that Lamar, like, I can't trust Lamar no more. Like, I'm like, when it comes to a big game, bro, I'm picking the other side. Because you can't tell me a big game that he's won. Tell me a big game that he's won that really mattered or something like that. And I'm not saying that this is week 4. I'm not using this as the main basis of the outlier. It's just this is the one that's like, oh, this is just the nail in the coffin of what we've already seen, bro. We've seen enough times where if he was going to do something, he would have done something. And we blame hardball, we blame this, but like Q was saying a couple weeks ago, he was like, bro, Lamar's at a lot of these scenes of the crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't just excuse him because we don't make excuses for quarterbacks, especially what happens when we don't make excuses for quarterbacks that happen. What happened, Shelton? Once they get paid, right? We stop with the excuses, right? Once you get paid, that means you're proven to clean up some shit. And what he was doing in that game before he got hurt, bro, he was fucking up. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
And to me, this is this is not where I'm trying to change the conversation, people, so don't miss your point. But this is why when people talk about Burrow and all that shit, this is why they still hold him in high regard. Granted, it happened a while ago now because football is what have you done for me lately? But when there's only like 2 niggas that has beat this one team when it counts, it stands out. Granted to Patrick's accomplishments and his legacy and his aura, but it also says like there's only a couple niggas that he really fears. And Lamar ain't one of them. Josh Allen ain't one of them. And those are the 2 that everybody say is better than those other 2 niggas that he potentially fears.
You know, when we get into these situations with quarterbacks that are proven, right? Like nobody's going to take away the greatness of Lamar Jackson, right? Nick, I 100% agree with you. Pat Mahomes doesn't have a lot of people that he fears, right? I think Joe Burrow, Joe Cool, when, things are as good as possible, can definitely go toe-to-toe with him. We've seen Josh Allen go toe-to-toe with him. Those are the two quarterbacks that, in my opinion, over the last 5-6 seasons, we've seen, okay, whoever has the ball last is going to win. We've seen that, right? So I'm going to put them in that tier. Lamar falls under that tier. And here's the thing, I'm not excusing him at all, but I think we've seen Lamar peak with John Harbaugh. And I'm not putting all of the blame on John Harbaugh, but what I'm saying is he was there before Lamar, and he's been there for Lamar's entire career, and they have fallen short every year. And I don't think that they are a badly coached team. And I'm the one that always says, if you get rid of this coach, who are you going to replace him with? I don't know, but they got to get rid of John Harbaugh, because I feel that the message, I feel that the culture at this point, they believe in coming up short. And every time we see them in a big situation, like Nick just said, and I 100% agree, they don't get over the hump. And it goes even back to last season, week 1 against the Chiefs. They were literally a toe away from winning that game. And it happens like that every time they're in a big game. That was the first game. The last game was even more egregious as to why they lost. And again, I'm not putting all of the blame on John Harbaugh. I agree with Q last week. Lamar is at the scene of a lot of those crimes. A lot of these guys are at the scene of a lot of those. How in the hell do you go get a top 5 running back of this era, and all of a sudden he has fumbling issues in the most critical situations?
It has 8 carries in this last game. In the second half.
At some point, and again, I'm not blaming it all on John Harbaugh. They just have to make a change. And it's not going to be the star quarterback. It's not going to be the highly paid defenders. It's not going to be the people that they just traded for or drafted. They have to make a change if they do not win a Super Bowl, because this team is poised and built to win a Super Bowl. It's not like, oh, okay, let's make the playoffs this year and let's build on that. No, it's Super Bowl or bust. And John Harbaugh has had enough time to get over the hump, and he hasn't.
I'm going to take it a step further, FIFO. I'm going to blame Harbaugh. You have a generational talent at quarterback. You have not been able to figure out how to win with him, with the skill set that he has. We're judging Lamar. People are talking about how he won't run the ball now. He wants to prove that he's a pocket passer. He can make those throws. That's fine. I look at the head coach in the sense of, no, bro, you go out there and do what you need to do to make us win. I have not seen the initiative from Lamar Jackson, and I think it comes from coaching, which is why I blame Harbaugh more than I blame Lamar. I ain't seen that initiative of the coach to be like, no, bro, don't hesitate to run the ball. Lamar looked like he's trying to avoid running the football, and that's one of the things that makes him so spectacular as a quarterback. That's what's putting him in the Hall of Fame. But now he's trying to avoid that, and there's no voice in his ear telling him, no, we ain't asking you to do that. We asking you to do what you need to do for us to win football games. And he's not doing what they need to do for them to win football games. And I don't blame that totally on Lamar. I put that blame more so on Harbaugh than I do Lamar. Lamar, we know he can play football. We've seen him. He's great, bro. He is a beast. I think coaching is heavily added into what we've seen from Lamar and him being able to accomplish what he needs to accomplish versus it just being him as a player. So I'm going to take it one step further, FIFO, and say it's Harbaugh.
Nick, I'll say this. You know, you always want to kind of pigeonhole certain coaches whenever, you know, you're a fan of them. I do think Brian Flores works here. I also think getting somebody like a Mike McDaniel as OC for Baltimore work.
Yes. You said OC. Okay.
Yeah, no, as the OC. Mike McDaniel as the OC. Brian Flores as the head coach. Okay. And Brian Flores can pick whoever the hell he wants as the coordinator because we know who's running that defense, right? It don't matter. You're just a figurehead at that point. But I think that type of marriage, right? That style of offense, get the ball out quick, in time, in rhythm. You don't see it. We'll have a couple of quarterback design runs to get you out there. They definitely got to draft, in my opinion, or get somebody at the wideout position. Love Zay Flowers. I just don't think he's a true number one. Can he be number one at times? Yes, but he's not a true number one. Their tight end, I can't think of his name.
Mark Andrews and Likely.
And Likely. Elite tight end combo in the league still, so you got a lot of mojo going. You got to get the right play designers and the right culture setters in the building, because again, I think John Harbaugh has held it down, but it's just time to move on. It's just time.
When I look at this team, a lot of times I look at teams trying to figure out when I watch them, of course we know Lamar is our world when it comes to playing football. He's one of the best quarterbacks to play the game, to be honest, when you watch him play. But I want to know who the leader of this unit is. Like who's the leader when I'm watching this team? Is it Roquan Smith? Is it Derrick Henry? Is it Lamar Jackson? Like who is the Pied Piper of this group? Because leadership is very important in sports. I think it's very so often understated, but a lot of times culture and leadership makes a team do a certain thing. That's how you get ready for these games. And I don't know who's leading this group.
Well, that's crazy that you asked that, because for me, in answering that, it's like if your quarterback isn't a de facto leader, that says a lot about your team. And the fact that we're even questioning, or that you're even questioning, that the Baltimore Ravens don't have a leader and Lamar Jackson is a 2-time MVP says a lot about not only how they playing, but the image that we're seeing of Lamar in this new light. And I'm not going to Sheldon stance, because I think Lamar is clearly the leader of the team. But to me, it's like he's not a leader that I can count on. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, point me a time where you could count where Lamar came through.
Well, you know what, Nick, to your point, like I 100% agree with everything that you're saying. I don't know what the hell we must have been drinking the same thing tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I got a little tequila on me right now, but yeah.
but his brother Jim Harbaugh, right? You see how he has empowered Justin Herbert, right? And not saying that he's being demonstrative or that he's being authoritative, but it looks and feels different with Justin Herbert with the LA Chargers today than it looked 2 years ago when the previous head coach that was there, right? And sometimes a coach just needs to empower, to kind of bring the best out in you. And I'm not saying that John Harbaugh isn't doing it. I just think at this point, the message is stale. The message it's like they don't believe anymore. And there's too many things that's happening. Like on paper, we're one of the best teams in the league. We rival the Eagles. We rival any other team on paper, but they don't believe, and they're playing like they don't believe.
Well, my thing is real quick, Lou, and I know we got to move on. FIFA, you keep saying it's not a whole Harbaugh thing, but you only mentioned it Harbaugh. Like, again, there's other niggas on this team that's getting paid. There's other niggas on this team that's getting accolades. I don't make excuses for quarterbacks that get paid, even down to Joe Burrow, bro. Last year, I had to argue with Lou about the accountability that I was holding with Joe Burrow when it comes to not winning games. The same reason why Lou was yelling at you about Dak Prescott not winning games, when you see how much money they making, and you see why this is why resources can't be allocated to this. This is why we keep this head coach in there, because are trying to keep up this standard. So my thing is this: Lamar Jackson has to win one of these fucking games. They not all on Harbaugh for why they lost him. Because if that was the case, they would have been got rid of him. But when you look back at all the major games that we look in Lamar Jackson's career, we see that he hasn't stepped up.
Yeah.
At first it was because he was youth. Now, and then at first it was because he doesn't have any weapons. These last 2 to 3 seasons, bro, he's had everything you need, and he's shitting the bed.
Nick, when you look at those last two losses, well, not the last two losses, but two of those losses, that the big games, he had 2 turnovers in each of those games. In that game against Buffalo, He had the weird fumble, and in this game he had a weird fumble, and he had the interception in both those games that were like, gimme throws. So a lot of it is on him. And the only reason I question his leadership is because I don't see him, in between series. I don't see him talking to anybody else. I see him kind of sitting by himself, kind of just watching. So in saying that, I try to watch body language as much as I watch the game. Because like I said, I know how important it is. And I know even coaching youth football, when you're talking to the kids, you tell them I'm telling them all the time, like, look, you're the quarterback, you're the leader. So I need to see you kind of bigging up people and kind of giving props where props is done. I'm not saying he doesn't do it. I just, the points when I see him on screen, I don't see him doing that. So I don't know if he's the unquestioned leader of this team or not.
All right. Well, I did see an interesting comment from Patrick Mahomes last week, and he was talking about how they wanted to push the ball down the field more and take deeper throws down the field, and that's something that they've been working on and doing more and more of. So we'll see if they keep that up as the season progresses and what type of impact that will have on this team as they become more of a downfield threat. So, but nevertheless, we will leave it there, and we will come back with our weekly picks right after this.
If you're looking for real conversations and motivations to be your best, then you have to check out Another Week in the Books. Another Week in the Books with Spike, Lou, and Rich is your go-to podcast for growth and community. Plenty of dope conversations take place week to week as they inspire each other to be better through conversations. Another Week in the Books, wherever you get your podcast.
We are back again for another edition of our NFL Weekly Picks. Last week's top dog was Shelton. Just go with Vegas J. But as we head into a new week, there are still plenty of games left for someone to take the top spot. Let's get into Week 5's selections.
Why are you saying never that, Sheldon? You picked the favorites. You chalk.
I never picked the favorites, Lou. I picked who I know gonna win. I told you the Cowboys were gonna win. Did I not say it?
We also watch sports like you do. You pick the favorites every week.
Did I not scream that the Cowboys were gonna win the game?
You pick the favorites every week to ensure that you have a better record than all of us. You don't take any chances. You don't take no gambles.
You're right, Lou.
All you do is pick the favorites.
That's gambling. You pick the team that's supposed to win.
You're not gambling.
Meaning who you believe is going to win.
This is a content podcast. Picks. Make a leap.
I do, and it's right.
All you do is pick the favorites.
We gonna see. I got the app open, Lou. I'm tracking them again.
Marty, I know they didn't win,
nigga. All right, man. Let's start with Denver versus Philly.
Oh, this is an easy one, Lou.
I wonder who the favorite was in this.
Oh,
damn.
FIFO watching that Monday night game against the Bengals thinking, oh, Bo Nick's back.
He watching all the Discord from the Eagles.
I'm just trying to tell you. Bro,
I honestly, it's the defense for me and the lack of the passing game for the Eagles. I think that's going to be the difference in the game for me.
What about the run game though? Because it's not just they're not just good at passing; they can run the ball.
Not run the ball either.
The Eagles too talented to lose to the Broncos.
But we always say that there's always going to be a talented team that's going to lose to a less talented team, and this might be the week. Well, I believe it's going to be the week.
Interesting.
Hey man, I got to make some headway, dog. I've always been top two.
You got Lou picking the Eagles, FIFA. That should tell you something.
Right? That means that they're gonna lose. Just keep that up, Ken.
I didn't want it. I did not want it.
All right,
that's supposed to be your team, Lou. You over here bullshitting on
them. Couldn't do it. I seen them Monday night.
You ate a Philly cheesesteak today. Cut it out.
Houston versus Baltimore. Let's get to that one. Oh wait. We switched that. We fleshed it out. I forgot this as throw one on the screen. There we go. Tampa Bay, Seattle. All right. So the Bucks.
The Bucks must have been the favorite.
No. He actually went against. It's a give me game. It's a field goal game. So it's whoever wins, whoever got the ball last.
I think Seattle defense. I think running game.
Run game.
Yep.
Too many injuries. The Bucks.
It's at Seattle, right?
Yes, it's in Seattle.
Yeah, traveling cross country is always hard, especially when you're going to the Pacific Northwest. So that's the reason that I took Seattle.
I think the Bucks probably felt like they should have won that game, and they may take it out on Seattle. And so I think that's what's probably going to happen.
They don't have enough bullets, Ken.
That loss to the Eagles gave them a lot of confidence, which it does to a lot of teams. It kind of propels them, and I think that's going
to be that shit. Come on, Ken.
Well, they beat the Eagles the last couple times they played them.
This is the first time y'all beat them in 2 years. Remember when Sheldon was always talking about the quarterback? Sheldon used to have a list of quarterbacks that the Eagles / Jalen Hurts beat. He ain't never brought up Baker until now, did he?
He couldn't get Baker, boy. Baker was running, boy.
All right. Let's go with we're gonna save the Giants for last. What's next? Oh wow.
That means Purdy about to win.
Purdy's out.
Damn. Purdy's out still.
I thought
is he back this week? I thought he was back.
No, I think I saw that he and Purcell. Hold on, maybe I
heard he was coming. Yeah, I heard.
I probably glanced at the headline. Hold on, let me check. I thought he was. So y'all might be right.
A sweep definitely means the 49ers are going to win this game.
Yeah,
it's in LA, I think.
Yeah, 49.
It's a division game. It's a division game.
Mac Jones, they said, is starting.
So it says, Brock Purdy, hopeful to him out versus the Rams.
Now that everybody picked the Rams, I think the 49ers are going to win.
And they barely winning games as it is. So I don't know.
That's football, Ken. That's what the Eagles hang their hat on.
Right. That's what they do.
That's what I'm saying. They barely win them games, but they win, right, Sheldon?
That's all that matters. Who got the most points at the end?
0 completions in the second half, but we won.
Yep, that's all. As long as you win, buddy.
Crazy stat. Had AJ Brown out there.
Hey, as soon as they lose the first loss they have, he cussing everybody.
AJ been mad all year.
AJ Brown
been mad for 2 straight years, bro.
AJ Brown about to ask Jalen Hurts to step outside.
No, he's scared of that.
Let's go and shoot this fair one, bro.
All right,
AJ Brown ain't scared of that.
Yes, he is.
Nah.
This was interesting. So I'm curious to hear what the Saints people have to say. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Jackson Dart, man. And it wasn't pretty, but he won. The team seemed a little bit more motivated. I think he had a good scramble. So, but I think they'll keep the momentum going against the Saints. So
my pick was solely based off Neighbors being hurt. Since Neighbors is out, I don't think that they can score points. I don't know what the Giants have on offense. The Saints ain't great, albeit, but I do think the Saints have key defensive players that can stop New York. And they played all right against the last team they played last week. I was watching the replay on NFL Network. Like, they didn't play a bad game. Rattler's not that bad. They just don't got talent, and I don't know if their coach is good, but I do think they can beat the Giants.
I think so too. I think that a team like the Giants will overlook a team like the Saints, and I think the Saints will come in.
Why?
Yeah, I'm curious about that one too.
Because they're going. I mean, it's the Saints, and you think this is a game we got circled on? We can beat this team easy.
I don't know why y'all question
That's the type of game you look over.
I don't know why y'all question them. Guess what it is.
Ain't no way the favorite. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
I want you to guess. I
ain't even looked at the line.
Look at Sheldon's results.
Stop it, Sheldon. You looked at the line. Stop it.
I never look at the lines. I never. There's no need.
2.5 point favorite.
No, it's 1.5. Dang, I didn't even know that. I thought the Giants were favorite.
Mine's is 2.5.
The only thing I look at, and I'll tell y'all, really easy, is who's at home. That matters to me more. I don't care about no lines. The lines are always wrong. The lines are set up for Vegas to win.
The home team is usually favored when it's a toss-up pick-up game.
No.
And you ain't gave me no reason why you ain't picked this.
I just told you. And I honestly thought the Giants were favored. I really did. I promise you I did.
Ain't no reason why they favored. They just lost neighbors. Why would they be favored?
Because they're playing the Saints. These are the Saints. What was the last game?
Just because Rattle looked like Ratatouille don't mean he can't cook.
That's
you already know I gotta, it's the Giants, you know what I'm saying? That's
at least one person, Guadalupe, believes you in the chat. He think I'm hating.
It's true, bro. It's true, bro. Guadalupe, I'm telling you, I promise you I won't be picking up based on no spread. There's no need. I'm trying to see what game I'll give you an upset right now if you want me to. I got the Raiders over the Colts. Put that down. I'll pick you an upset every week if you want me to. And I did pick the Cowboys over the
Raiders over the Colts. Geno Smith
Cowboys didn't win that game.
They did not, Lou. I'm just saying, Lou, for them to be a tie, that's a win for the Cowboys. And honest, I know who
What's the next one, Ken? What's the next one?
That was it. Yeah, we're all done with that, and we're gonna jump into the.
Hold on, what was the record?
Oh yeah,
I got the overall record. Hold on, give me a second. FIFA, you ain't in the league. I don't know why you're rushing shit.
I'm not rushing. We just skipped it for everybody watching.
I forgot to put it. Shelton has the lead with 12-4. Then I'm next at number 2 at 9-7. Then Spike and FIFA are tied for third at 8-8, and Ken is 7-9.
All right. Speaking of my record being last, let's get to the worst of the week. Oh man,
come on, bro.
Hey, Spike, man. Hey, man, when you had
on the same, great minds think alike.
I'm telling you, man. And you guys were saying nobody's talking about Cam Ward. I think it's now time.
Why you want to talk about it now?
Because the 0-4, man.
And
I did watch that game, Lou, and I know it's not all on Cam Ward. They look awful as far as coaching. But you are the number 1 pick, man, and he made one good play, and that was in the first quarter, and that was off a scramble. He ran down, pointed, hit the guy, and then that was it. But I know he's not working with a lot. I know the plays look awful, but nevertheless, he's not. I don't like what I'm seeing, and. You had a great year last year. You're supposed to be a difference maker. You're supposed to come in there and show leadership. And I'm not criticizing him for what he said. I think that could be a form of leadership to maybe light a fire under the team. Like, bro, we are terrible. And I'm telling the world that we're terrible. And if you guys don't want to be terrible, let's not go out here and be terrible. But it starts with him. And as a number 1 quarterback that nobody's talking about, that's flying under the radar, he's not giving them a reason to talk about him. And I hope we get a chance to see more from him as the year goes on. But they got to do something. He has to do a little bit more than what he's doing. But I'm sorry, man. It's just not good. It's just not good enough.
It was a thing that was laughed about, Ken, in training camp, and they had to address it. And when you look at the games in this shit, in the condensed ones, it sounds crazy, but he throws the ball too hard. Like the receivers were complaining about
what receivers you talking about? What receivers we talking about?
I ain't got the receivers' names. I don't know their names. I know they said this because he commented on this in training camp. If you look at the condensed games and look how he throw the ball, he ain't no touch. Ain't no touch on the ball, bro.
Bullet pass.
He gotta learn, like everything is like a bullet pass. He gotta learn how to throw the ball. So I agree with Ken. Like I do see the potential.
Bro, who is he?
No, Nick, stop. I see the potential there. He's good. I ain't saying that he's slow or anything like that, but he does need to learn how to put some touch on the ball.
The Texans are awful, and they couldn't do anything, bro. And that was a winnable game. And it just fell apart. It just fell apart.
Hey, Nick, until the end, Ken, it was close.
Yeah, and he had a interception, but it was kind of tipped. And to your point, Lou, that interception, Nick, you got to watch it,
the
bro. He
ball
threw
too
that ball so
fucking
hard it
hard.
bounced
Yeah.
off the receiver's
I'm asking,
and not the DB down. Nick, Cam Ward doesn't even know the name of his receivers.
That's what I'm saying.
He was saying number 86.
We're talking about we're talking about Mr. Bumfuck and brother who the fuck.
I'm mad at Calvin. Calvin really is supposed to be helping him.
Bro, first of all, Calvin, he only helping out the casino. He helping out Vegas more than anybody else. Bro, they got bum fucks at wide receiver, bro. I can give a fuck about their opinion. If this was A.J. Brown back when he was with the Titans, maybe I'll hear your point. But I ain't never trying to hear nobody who's getting paid or potentially getting paid hundreds of $1,000s to millions of dollars to catch a football and saying he throwing the ball too hard. Nigga, when was the last time you caught something?
Watch the game, bro. Because you're gonna see throughout you're gonna see throughout the game that things that should have been touch passes and him laying it right in there. He throw that motherfucker like 100 miles per hour, bro.
Yeah, I ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah, you gotta have control
watch
when
the
you're
game. All I'm
quarterback.
saying is watch the game.
You have to, Nick, and that's something that's gonna come with time. He's gonna get there.
If I pay you millions of dollars to catch a football, don't ever complain to me about he throw it too hard.
No, if I'm standing right here next to you and you throw that motherfucker 100 miles per hour to my face mask, it's a problem.
Nick, that's the one reason that they talk about Matthew Stafford. When you hear a lot of receivers and a lot of people talk about Matthew Stafford, they talk about how soft his passes are and how easy and catchable those passes are. So in saying that, Cam got to learn touch. He has to learn how to do that, and that's gonna come with time. He's gonna get there.
It's obvious.
I thought y'all
when you watch him play, it's obvious.
But y'all let Justin Herbert out the hook. I thought that was going to be your worst of the week, losing to the Giants without Neighbors. That's who should have been.
We don't care.
Yeah. That's who should have been worst of the week.
Cam Ward been flying under the radar, bro, and it's time.
He's the number one pick, bro. He's a number one pick.
I was gonna say, Sheldon Harbaugh can't win every game. He ain't going undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
But the Giants without Neighbors,
it was a good one. Luke came into the season said the Giants may have one of the best defenses in the NFL. It showed on Sunday.
It did.
Birdman at 5-0. We need Shelton and FIFO back on Is the Mike Salon. We would get immediately canceled.
FIFO got some things.
Not to mention Mike would have a meltdown.
Oh my God, yeah, he would go insane, bro.
Yeah. That's why I like being on there with Mike. So
we gotta do show.
Yeah. We them boys. Hurts had 0 passing yards in the second half. No other QB in the NFL can get away with this. He is a bystander.
Niggas love taking shots at Hurts.
Agreed.
He don't care.
This is one of the best takes we've had all night. Shout out, we them boys.
AJ Brown hates the Eagles' Pop Warner offense.
As he should.
It looked like Devontae Smith even getting upset.
Both of them.
He get mad. They're second in the league in touchdowns and 7th in scoring. But it don't look good. But
love talking about stats. Boy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the biggest stat. I'm talking about niggas for
stats. Yeah. What about the no passes in the second half? What about that stat? Talk about.
It looked rough. It looked rough. Great thing he looked awesome in the first half, 15 out of 16. But you got to put both halves together at some point. And I have no doubts they will. I ain't too worried about them.
Drew, I'm still disappointed you all voted Ravens to win. Chiefs back in the Super Bowl, baby.
Drew, I'm sorry about that, Drew. I was wrong, Drew. I was wrong.
They're 500.
I was on my narrative of the Chiefs being gone. So
the Chiefs was gonna make the playoffs, but they're 500. Chill out.
I'm just talking about this game.
Yeah. Tweets open doors. Seems like the only number one receivers cooking this season are Puka and Amare.
That's true.
Them top 5 lists gonna look different next year. Hey, it's early,
absolutely.
It's dumb early.
Puka the number one receiver in the league.
Puka. This is the season. This is the season that I told y'all like he wasn't on my list because I was like I need to see one more year. This the year, and he proven like, hey,
I was trying to figure out like why would you let Cooper Kupp go, but I get it. You know, Devontae asked to Puka, and Puka is getting single coverage, and he's feasting right now.
Shout out to Amare St. Brown with that interview.
Why you can't say his name right?
Whatever his name is,
Amon-Ra.
That's what I said. I'm on.
No, you said no. You didn't.
Ramen noodles.
I said I'm on Ross St. Brown.
No, you didn't, Ken.
What?
Watch the replay.
No, I heard myself.
You need some Q-tips too.
But yeah, that was pretty dope. I knew some of those words because I watch German movies and series on Netflix.
You know, what you call it did Spanish too. What's the running back from?
I saw that.
Yeah, from Denver. What's Denver's running back? Dobbins. Dobbins did an interview in Spanish.
Oh,
right after that, so that was pretty cool.
Whip-de-doo.
We them boys. Drew Allar is not a first round QB. Watch when these white scouts pump his value during the draft.
100%.
We already know that's going to be.
He's not going to be first round though.
He's going to be
to the Dallas Cowboys. Drew Allar.
He's going to be an NFL quarterback. I don't think he's
going to be first. I think he'll be first round. He'll be first round.
Drafted. He's not going to be first round.
Why you think that?
Somebody will take him. He don't have the skill set to be first round.
The same reason why
they're gonna do it though, Lou. It don't matter.
They drafted Josh before Josh Allen was Josh Allen's. They drafted him in the first round, bro. They're gonna draft him. They drafted Jackson Dark in the first round. They're going to draft do it.
Okay,
niggas,
y'all might be right, but I think there has to be a desperate team for him to go first round.
Most teams are.
Yeah, they all are.
Josh Rose, man, I feel bad for you, bro. Ooh,
yeah, him in, man.
Dak's playoff form is indefensible, but if every time he plays well, it's but the playoffs, then there's no point in discussing the Cowboys game.
That's the Cowboys in a nutshell, Josh.
Josh. I rather discuss the Jets.
$7.99 to say that, like that's crazy.
Yeah,
we want him to perform in the playoffs. I do not care if he got 400 yards against the Packers in week 3. No one cares. No one should care. It don't matter.
Can it be cringe? Bryce Young, do you see him finishing the season?
Yes.
Yes, he'll finish the season, but they'll draft the quarterback in the offseason.
And it might be Drew Allar.
All right, there you go. And Ken, absolutely. There you go, Ken. Hey,
that's true.
I hate it. I want Bryce Young to play with
I wanted him to be a good quarterback.
I did too.
You think they're taking another quarterback this year?
Yeah, they got to. They're gonna be why not? Because you're gonna have a high draft pick.
Hey, they can't, man, because they gave up too much to get him there. Though. That's the only thing.
Once the Cardinals went back-to-back years picking a quarterback, I was like, bro, anything can happen.
I ain't gonna say it yet, but I'm gonna wait till the end of the season. But I tried to tell y'all, but I ain't gonna say it though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of time.
He's gonna be all right, Ken.
They just gotta win 5 games with him, and they'll keep him. But if they don't,
I hope so. You know,
it's a wrap.
Pull for the brother. Speaking of brothers, Justin Fields is 0-25 when his team allows 20 plus points, has 45 turnovers and 50 starts. 3 games in is enough for me to see he's a disaster.
Hey, it's time to call it. Call it.
That's
you call it on Justin Fields, bro.
No,
yeah,
he's a bust.
I've been saying this for 2 years. We can
100%, Lou. And you know what? To me, the sad part about this is that Aaron Glenn is 0-4, and that's the worst start for the Jets since I can't remember what coaching regime it was, but it's bad. You know, and I don't think that is indicative of Aaron Glenn as a coach.
It's not.
It's just.
It's who I
the band of characters is not the best to win with.
Hey, bro, all y'all people that are holding on for Justin Fields, I get it. Go to the USFL, whatever it may be, Arena League, wherever he needs to go to be successful. That's
he need
fine.
New scenery.
Not, and
my thing is
we can go ahead and call this shit, bro.
They ruined them. They ruined them, Lou. That's what it is, bro.
I ain't giving them no excuse.
I'm saying I'm not. I'm hanging it up, bro. I'm hanging up this argument myself. Like I'm done with Justin Fields. Like he is what he is. He's not that guy. But I promise you, the Bears ruined him first. You know what I'm saying?
You may be right.
You know that
he's ruined.
You know that.
The only thing that I'm working with is he's ruined. I don't know who did it, but I know it's ruined. And he's out of there.
He's gonna be good this week, though.
Maybe.
It's playing the Cowboys.
We them boys. I need Brian Flores. Man, if they get their first win against the Cowboys, that's gonna be awful. We them boys. I need Brian Flores
next week if that happens.
As the Nets Ravens head coach.
Nah, hell no.
Yeah, he ain't getting that job.
Yeah, I ain't. Don't send him to Baltimore. He ain't go anywhere else but there.
Vibes and stuff. Despite his knee exploding, Tyreek hasn't stopped smiling since he realized he doesn't have to play alongside Tua anymore.
Get to spend more time with the kids, man. That's a good thing.
The kids don't want to spend time with him. What I heard.
Guaranteed money. You ain't got to worry about playing. Like Tariq is a hood nigga. Like he looking at it like, bro, I'm gonna get paid on my day off. I ain't never gotta go to work again, and they gonna pay me, bro.
Hey, Lou, Lou, this is like when a nigga slip at work. Hey, he become the most friendliest nigga in the office. Like, oh yeah, they gonna pay.
Oh man,
this is workers' comp, bro.
He got that workers' comp. He good. He good right now.
That injury.
They got 12 kids. Like you don't give a fuck about none of that.
That injury was disgusting. FIFA, you ain't shit for keep on posting it everywhere. You know, bro.
Oh, y'all gotta see this. Y'all gotta see this.
Like, bro, that shit was crazy. Real quick, I watched. I've sent a couple of his videos to Dr. Brian Suter, and he discussed it, and he was like, "Yo, like,
it's over.
He might be different. He might be different." No, he'll play again. No, he'll play again,
bro. Only for teams who are looking for a name to put out on the roster, like, we got Tyreek Hill. If any team is expecting him to perform like he is performing right now, it's over for that.
His best years was when he was with Mahomes.
He can retire, bro.
It was over when he went to play with Tua. Josh Bros, what does Ahmad Gardner even do? He's first in holding calls among DBs and sixth in PIs to go with 3 total interceptions in 52 games. What a disgrace.
He said that they picking on him, man. He said that because the team is losing, he ain't getting none of the calls. He said that other players are getting the calls. So
it's still an early season.
We
can read quotes from the Eagles that you deny, so I ain't trying to hear that shit either.
They picking on me.
He said it. I watched him say it.
He said they picking on me.
I watched him say it, Nick. I'm saying I agree with him, Nick.
New York media picks on their stars, bro. That's what happens.
He said it, Nick.
He's a young kid.
That's a wild excuse. Also, Mojo Loco. As a cheesehead, MLF is the softest coach in the league. I'm so tired of him play calling to not lose instead of trying to win the game.
That's what they call him in Wisconsin and LMF.
Well, I was trying to figure that out for a minute.
Milk. Like I was wondering.
I thought milks were supposed to be soft.
Like MLF, is that a new group?
Ooh. Do the Colorado Buffaloes and Coach Prime still exist? Milk cart status.
Hey, Will Young, that's been the discussion of the week, bro.
Sean, you over here reading our quotes. We got quotes on Dion too.
We do.
I've been trying to avoid Ken and Kyle because they've been hating on this shit since the beginning.
Me too.
I don't even got no defense now. This shit over.
Hey, what's crazy is they still on every Saturday night at 8. They're gonna be on TV.
Hey, I've been trying to fight this shit as much as I can. This shit over.
Dion done too, Lou. He was like, bro, why we playing late? We gonna lose.
You want to go to sleep? How they be on every Saturday night though?
I gotta get Ken and Kyle their props, bro. Y'all called this. Like I wanted to hold on as much as I could. That shit done.
I thought he was going. He should have retired.
Who showed up to the games now? They got Cisco.
Michael Irvin still there. They get B-list celebrity.
Nah. Michael Irvin at the U.
He at the U, bro. They winning over there. Who showed up now? What D-list celebrity? We got Logan Paul.
We got Jordan Peele at the game.
Escape.
They gonna have to get Diddy. They gonna have Diddy out.
Hey, look,
they gonna get Diddy when Diddy get out. They gonna have him out.
No, he's still too high up the list.
They got Sukiana. She showing up. Bobby Schmurder giving locker room speeches.
I saw Soulja Boy win the game too.
Man,
hey, y'all wrong, man. Y'all is wrong. Man. Shout out to Dion. He's standing 10 toes down on this season.
He ain't got 10 toes.
Eight toes down.
That's how many games. How many toes he got is how many games he winning.
That nigga done got 10 toes to stand on, bro. It's 8 toes.
Oh my god, y'all are so wrong.
That's why you don't want to play at night. His feet be hurting, bro. That shit be working overtime.
Hey, kid, he been walking all day. Y'all want me to stand on this? Eight
they said, they say he walked like a New York pigeon, boy.
Oh man. Y'all wrong, man.
Josh Bros. Oh, and Aaron Glenn is right. We're not the same old Jets. We may be worse than we've ever been. Glad he could dance, though. Throw this franchise in rice.
I hate that he knows for dancing. That
dance with that music is what did it to him. What was the song, Ken?
It was Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's
what did it to him.
I hate that as a black coach, he known for dancing.
But that shit was good, though.
That was classic. That was classic.
And last one, Portugals. Is it true that Tyreek got a sponsorship with Auntie Anne's?
Auntie Annie's.
Oh, well, yeah. Anyway,
the pretzel. It's a pretzel.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Oh,
yeah, that's wrong.
Oh man,
you wrong for that.
Y'all wrong.
You was that off the air, bro.
You a sick dude, folks. You guys like that was sick.
This the audience that we have cultivated, y'all.
Bunch of guys are big dudes, bro. That was crazy. The pretzel franchise. God damn, bro.
Yeah. All right, man.
Hey, before you leave, Ken, they said, damn, no WNBA playoff coverage.
Hey, look, hey, shit.
Shout out to Vegas. Vegas up 59.
Hey, that's right, Wig Lou for you. That's right.
Don't try to put this on me.
Bro, them motherfuckers.
Somebody asked that in the chat.
Nobody said that. The Lou that is not in the chat. You typed it. He typed it in the chat.
Yeah, nobody said
it was his name in the chat, Nick. That's who said
it. Somebody said that.
Let's say Lou's burner.
Y'all ain't gonna respond to the.
That's Jalen gonna make a PSA.
Jalen definitely not working tonight. Because if Jalen was working tonight, he would have definitely tapped in by now.
Yeah, he would have been on here by now.
Jalen gonna make a PSA on the channel. He gonna share stuff.
Yeah, 59-55 Vegas.
Yeah. What?
59-55 Vegas. No matter. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Seth Curry. He signed with Golden State today to play with his brother. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, them motherfuckers about to go to, I think, Unrivaled is what they were saying in the chat. These motherfuckers writing a 3-page letter, 4-page letter. I hear like a leader, bro.
Hey, they calling them bad in the league. Y'all got to do something about this.
Yeah.
And they calling them boys Olden State. You saw they got Al Horford too.
Yeah, they up there.
Hey,
long in the tooth, Nick.
Hey, Ken, once the superstar bring his brother on the team, that's how you know it's a wrap.
Nepotism.
But to the defense though, Seth Curry was there years ago too with Steph too. Okay. So I'm just saying, this is not the first time.
I thought this is the first time.
Anyway, man, we appreciate you guys showing up, and we'll catch you guys next week. We are out. Peace.